money, when I save it, be liking my flavor, I think it's cause. Call the rest, watch out for us. I never switch, never switch, I never switch, I never switch. Ice in the wrist, ice in the wrist, ice in the wrist, ice in the wrist, ice in the wrist,
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Miami Dolphins and the Houston Texans. 3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. This is fielded at the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Here we go.
On first down, Leonard. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll try the left side. It's Leonard. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And it's complete. Henry. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down.
It's got to the point where we see guys like that make that type of a catch. Not fair goes through my brain. That size, that speed, and now they're acting like wide receivers too.
Yeah, tight end one-handed catches. They're kind of like wide receiver one-handed catches nowadays.
Just not right.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The intended receiver was Jakeem Grant, and now it's 3rd down.
It's our time. It's our time.
Prescott yet again. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. There he goes left side. And this will be a touchdown. It was 3rd down. Defensively, they were just hoping to make a play and get off the field, get their offense on. Instead, they did one better. Pick it off, take it into the end zone.
Well, they did what you said. They got off the field.
They're going to have to come right back on.
They're going to come right back on, but happily, right? They put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is taken at the 3. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Back to it after the pick 6. Prescott. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Corey Littleton. He was looking for Watkins that time.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Now Johnson. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath, first do no harm. And right now they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. It's complete to Graham. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
59, 56.
Rosen off the play action. Complete. Hunter Henry with a grab. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 35-yard line. They'll run on 1st down. It's Leonard. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a 1st down. A CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
And this time they're able to bottle him up as they'll stop him at the line of scrimmage. Corey Littleton there on the tackle. Throwing on 2nd down. Rosen. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10.
Hey, foxtrot.
From the shotgun, it's Rosen. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Corey Littleton. And he's into the clear. He's at the 30. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. Now this defense looking like they have come to play the pick 6, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visits. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski, that's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And following the pick 6, and they've got decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think
well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. A big play there for the Dolphins. 43 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Watch out. 61, matchbox, light.
From the gun, it's Rosen. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another 1st down. Rosen now already over 100 yards passing in just this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on 1st down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Now Rosen. And that will be incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks for those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet.
There goes Duke Johnson. 30. 10. Touchdown, Houston. Duke Johnson with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Texans push further out in front. Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play. That was an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness, too, of just getting there and taking off and going? For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10.
Oh, he was looking for Parker, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. He was looking for Parker that time. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, a run for Johnson. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Now Watson. And he finds Stills, complete. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Kenny Stills with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Texans push further out in front. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. On play action, Rosen. He gets it into the arms of Parker, complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 43. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
Check 56. Here we go, here we go.
From the 39, Rosen. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first.
Hey, Zoo.
Rosen on 1st and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10. Now a pass here, caught by Hunter Henry. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Balaj. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and goal. play action here with Rosen. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Marshall. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They begin the drive with Johnson. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
All right, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up, back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see, do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Rosen. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Let's bring it. Let's bring it. Mike's 56. Mike's 56. I don't think you got it, son. 56. Mike, 56. Right there, right there.
Here's Rosen to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Now a 1st down throw, Watson. And he whips that one incomplete there. Johnson the intended target, and it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Here we go, D. All day, D. 59. All day.
Throwing again is Watson. On the catch, it's Duke Johnson. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But I think a Texan player was able to get his hands on it, and they will indeed hold on to the ball and the possession. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Set. 19. 25. Man left, man left. Hey, we got 3 down.
On 1st down, Watson. Into the hands of the tight end. This is Jordan Thomas. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. Here's Watson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he's reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Thomas, the intended target. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals, and if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
And the Dolphins first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Watch the curl. Watch the curls. Motion.
Rosen will throw. Now he'll let it go deep left side. He's got a man complete. And that one results in 35 yards.
It's a gain of 35. First down, Miami.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35.
Show an A. Check nickel.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Now a run with Anderson. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. So we've come upon halftime here in Houston, and it's the home team, the Texans, leading this one. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Texans take over first and 10.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time, and it's 3rd down.
Quit talking about it and bring it.
A shotgun snap for Watson. He's airing it out for Sanu. And that's caught inside the 30. A big-time play there for the Texans. 55 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3.
A 3-yard pickup brings up second and 7 at the Dolphins' 24-yard line.
Again, it's Miller. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. He gets it to Thomas. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Watson now to throw. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Christian Wilkins just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. The 1st down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. to throw. Watson. He's got Fuller. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line. And that's where the return stops. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You know, always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, so.
It does test the mental processes of a team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up, because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to the stretch? And guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did.
Good.
I always did, because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games.
J.J. Watt in there for sack number 22 on the year. And, folks, that's just a half sack shy now of Michael Strahan's record of 22.5 set in 2001. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
56. Mike's 56. Hey, quarter. I hope you brought your left. Five. Check 43. Motion. All right, come on.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Slips past him.
Where'd he go?
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And last time, the fumble, the turnover. Now they still have the lead, but I don't think coaches care. The turnovers will bother them no matter what the scoreboard says.
Yeah, that's the relief that you still have the lead. But coaches look at what if and what it should be. Turning the ball over when they've got a chance to score more points and increase the lead, that's what's going to affect them.
And they're also thinking to future weeks, maybe when the game's closer, right?
No doubt about it. You want to clean up everything. Let's just be honest about it. They want everything to be perfect at all times. They don't want to give up anything that's going to hurt their team.
On 2nd down, it's Johnson, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now defense sold out for the run. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
And they'll try to fire up the running game with C.J. Anderson. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Rosen, and a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
They go play action. It's Rosen. Steps away to his left. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay, because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Hunter Henry, and it's third down.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D. Check.
Now it's Rosen. And this is caught by Watkins. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for fourth down. And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on fourth down.
Middle.
Running for it. Here's Anderson. Oh, he's got some breathing room. C.J. Anderson. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. C.J. Anderson with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Dolphins are able to draw a bit closer. Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And this is up and good. It cuts the lead to 28-10 now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 42.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Back now in Houston. It's the Texans in control of the football and leading this game as well as we start the fourth.
Mike, 55. Right there.
Off of play action, it's Watson sliding out of the pocket. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. The Texans on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and a mile. On the ground, this is Johnson.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Could not have thrown that out there any better. When the ball hit the ground, I thought it might go into the end zone the way it was angling, but perfectly jutting out at the 1.
You think maybe what we saw in practice came into play there? You know, he put those big cans.
And oh, that is going to be a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt, and if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
We got this.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they're coming off a 3 and out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. And they go jet sweep. Here's Sanu. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A huge play there for Houston. 47 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll run it with Johnson. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Here's Johnson, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there, and now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow.
And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Kenny Stills with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Texans push further out in front. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his 2nd miss of the year, and our score will stay right where it is. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But, boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Rolling to his right. And he floated one out there incomplete. Sammy Watkins, the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. And now it's Rosen looking. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
We're going to work. Mike, 58, right there. On the Army.
On 1st down, it's Rosen. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Jakeem Grant, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins are able to cut into this lead. Now Rosen will lead him up here to go for 2. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Justin Reed. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And the effort snuffed out. The Texans' hands team recovers. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Johnson. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
You know, it's become cliche, but we have seen it and observed it. When runners have days like what we're seeing right now, they often take their offensive linemen out for steaks afterwards, don't they? They'll go buy them dinner. But after a play like that, He might reduce it, might go to the corner and just grab a hot dog or two, huh?
Hey, I mean, they've still been blocking for him well in this game. They don't get one mulligan up front.
Okay, so what we're saying then is we're going petite filet instead of porterhouse.
8 ounce. 8 ounce is good.
All right, just checking.
Here's Bryan Anger now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Here comes Grant on the return. Just a 25-yard punt, not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive.
You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me. Check 50. Check 50.
They'll look to throw on first down with Josh Rosen. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Now he'll let it go deep over the middle, and that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. I guess at this point, Charles, heck, why not take some shots?
I would agree with that totally, because a big play can't hurt at all. Heck, you might get a pass interference call out of it. Somehow the ball might get tipped up and you come down with it. Might not do too much for the result of the game, but it could add to your stats.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Let's go.
Here's Rosen. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now Rosen looking to throw. Screen play, Anderson. No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. What a play that turns out to be, 36 yards. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
They'll run for it with Anderson. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. So they'll try again with Anderson. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. C.J. Anderson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Dolphins are able to draw a bit closer. Now Rosen will lead him up here to go for 2. To throw is Rosen. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. There's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. 3 yards is the pickup, but it leaves them still needing 11 here on 3rd down. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. Look at this, a tight end carry. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. Here's Bryan Anger now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence. Now Rosen. Wide open receiver complete. A gain of 37. They took a real chance there, throwing deep from their own end zone.
Yeah, just think about it this way. If you take that shot, which they just did, you're giving those pass rushers an extra chance to get you. Your escape hatch behind you is gone because the end line is there. Yet at the same time, they took the gamble, and boy, did it pay off.
So that play much needed there as they're all the way up near the 40 for a 1st and 10. Now a give. Running right is Anderson. He's got the first down and more past midfield. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Rosen. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Incomplete. He was defended by Jalen Ramsey.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Here's Rosen to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jason Pierre-Paul in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it, and they've got to